Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to World of Tanks Blitz. I'm here going to be doing a review of this thing, which is the T-15. I got this from a chest, one of these very big containers. Where is it? There it is, T-15 from that container, which is nothing impressive, but it's a tier 3 light tank, so I'll be just doing a review on it, just getting it out the way because, you know, I don't really particularly want this thing. I'm sorry, but I don't really much care for the T-15. Not that it's a particularly bad tank, but I just don't care about it. So anyway, looking at it, 11% protection, 11% firepower, 26% shot effectiveness, and 73% manoeuvrability. Starting off 430 HP for a tier 3 light tank. Well, if we look at the BT-7 artillery, that has 400, the M3 light has 395, the Cruiser 4 has got 440, and the Cruiser 2 has got 390, so it's got a decent amount of HP, BTSV 410, so it's got, yeah, a decent amount of HP for a tier 3 light tank. Certainly nothing particularly bad about it. The hull armour, 30, 20, 12 at the sides and rear, and then front of the turret is 30 with 25 sides and rear. It's flat as well, so you can try and angle the front of it. It's perhaps not the most impressive armour. For example, the M3 Light has 38 frontal hull and 25 sides and rears. Same for the turret, so that's got a superior armour profile than the T-15. However, frontally, fairly solid. Sorry about that. But yeah, generally from the front, fairly solid. The sides, not so much, but still 25 side turret and rear, side and rear turret armour. It's not particularly that bad, really, in terms of armour. As for manoeuvrability, it only weighs 10.5 tons-ish, with a 274 horsepower engine, which means it goes at 60 kilometers an hour with a 47, almost 48 degrees per second hull reverse and a 44 degrees per second turret reverse, which is not bad at all. If we compare to the M3 Light, for example, that weighs 12 tons with a 268 horsepower engine, which means that this thing has got a better power to weight ratio than the M3 Light, which means it's rather quick off the mark. And yeah, it's also got good traverse as well, so manoeuvrability not too bad, really, for this tier 3 light tank. As for the engine, there it is. It's a Praga NRI with a 20% chance of firing impact. There's the turret. Yeah, 240 meters view range. It's alright. And then the suspension as well has an almost 48 degrees per second hull reverse, and it can have up to 12.2 tons of load on it, so not too bad. But now we come to the gun, and the gun is the 37mm or 3.7 centimeter Kampfwagenkanone 38T L47, which has got an 18.41 rate of fire, or if you give it the gun rammer, a 19.79 rate of fire rounds per minute, which means it's rather quick firing gun with 42 average pen with AP, 74 with APCR, and 10 with HE. Again, mainly comparing to the M3 Light, which has also got a tier 2 gun with the 37mm M5, so same caliber, better rate of fire, better average pen with AP and HE, average damage of 40, 35, 50, looking at the T-15's gun again. 40, 34, 50 again, yeah, alright. Accuracy, not that bad really for a tier 3 tank, 0.35 accuracy with a 3.9 second aim time, compared to the M3 Light, which has got a 0.34 accuracy and a 3.7 second aim time. So, compared to the M3 Light, the gun is not as good as the M3 Light has at tier 3. But I mean, the BTSV has got a 45mm gun, which has got a lower rate of fire and much worse accuracy, but it does have better average penetration damage and aim time, purely for the fact that it's a 45, not a 37. But either way, it's still going to be a decent enough gun to get through most armours of tier 3 tanks. There's not much here which will give you problems. You can get through the front of an M3 Light. BT-7s aren't going to be a problem, the Cruisers as well. The SU-76I is going to be a problem, but only because this thing's broken, tier 3. But for example, the FCM, not going to be a problem. Gross Tractor, BT-7, BTSV, yeah. none of these will be proving a problem. Um, so yeah, the gun, perhaps not the best, but then again, also not so much the worst. It's a very all-round tank. Good mobility, gun, good enough for tier 3. Nothing particularly to complain about with that regard. As for ammo, it carries 78 rounds of average, or 78 rounds of average ammunition. What is that? It carries 78 rounds in total, which means that you've got enough to last you through any game, really. And then, as for provisions, you've got standard fuel for 3% engine power and turret traverse. And then you have got chocolate bar for 3% to crew mastery, and then protective kit to 15% to protection to crew from injuries, 10% speed and module repair, 20% fire protection, and 10% ammo and fuel tank durability. So you can go ahead and mount some of them if you want to be a seal clubber. And then as for consumables, you've got your standard repair, first aid, fire extinguisher. Did them in the wrong order, but oh well. So you've got your standard 3 there. Then you've got engine power boost for 20% to engine power for 15 seconds with a 75-second cooldown. Adrenaline, 20% to load speed and 10% chance of damaging enemy vehicle modules for 15 seconds. And then you've got the multi-purpose restoration pack, which is those 3 things rolled into one. So yeah, you can go ahead and mount some of them if you want. Sorry, I'm not in the mindset. But as for equipment, I would say gun rammer, because you only get 2 extra penetration on your AP, so there's not really much point. So I would say definitely gun rammer for the better rate of fire. You get an extra 1.38 rounds, so that's always a bonus. And then I would say improved modules for the extra track and amorec durability, and the less damage from ramming, because, well, you know, it's low tier. Most people like to ram at low tier, so yeah, I would say that one. Improved modules. Then definitely coated optics, because Camanet, you don't really need it as tier 3. Nobody really sits and snipes. You have alright accuracy. It's sort of, it's not particularly great accuracy, but then it's not particularly terrible accuracy, so it's sort of in the middle. So it's average accuracy. It's a bit meh. It's alright, but even so, you're probably not going to want to be sniping with this gun, so yeah, I would say definitely coated optics. Then supercharge for the extra shell velocity and the decrease in penetration over distance, because it has good aim time anyway. 3.9 seconds, that's decent aim time, so I would say definitely gun lane drive. And then I would say probably improved assembly for the extra vehicle HP, because it has alright frontal hull, but it's not the best frontal hull really. So yeah, I would definitely say the improved assembly for the extra HP. Then I would say engine accelerator for the extra engine power, and thus better top speed. Well, not better top speed, but better acceleration. So yeah, I would say engine accelerator over improved control, because I mean you get a small buff to the traverse anyway to push it over 50, and that's very good anyway, so yeah, definitely I would say that. And then I would say it's a choice between refined gun or vertical stabilizers. I might say vertical stabilizers, because it's good at pika booming, so vert stabs would help with that. However, 0.31 accuracy would mean that you could go as a tank destroyer and just snipe. So really, those are up to you. Then your choice of those 2, enhanced tracks or toolbox, and then your choice of whatever the hell those 2 things are. So yeah, overall, it's a very it's a well-rounded. It's a well-rounded light tank at this tier. It's not particularly good at any one area other than perhaps mobility, but then again it's not the worst in any particular area either. So yeah, it's very much a well-rounded tank. Yeah, nothing particularly bad about it, but then nothing particularly outstanding. It's a good low-tier light tank. If you want to make some credits driving a low-tier vehicle, then yeah, this will suffice for you. So yeah, thank you for watching, and goodbye.